people in here.
Hey, it says we're live. And just so you know, we really are. There's Heather. She's in her little tiny chair over here. So she's in chat talking to everybody. Nick, Jason, Jonathan, Brian Rutledge, Wayne F. All right, here we go. You know, March 1st, we had that big event planned and it didn't go so well. I tried way too hard. So I've learned, don't try so hard. So I'm gonna roll some fun footage here just to get started. And if I set everything up right, I can keep talking. You know what, we have this drone course. I just wanted to show you some footage today. You know what, these things are so freaking amazing. And this is all stuff that I've done. I am not I'm an amateur video guy, right? And an average video guy like me can go out, look at this. This is auto tracking. This is auto tracking parallel with a Mavic 2. And I know there's millions of drones out there and everybody's probably got their favorites. I bought this thing a year ago. And this footage right here, this is stuff I was shooting when I just went out and started monkeying with this thing. You can be an average freaking Joe Blow and go out and shoot incredible footage. And of course I picked all the nice smooth shots because first thing you do, you get a drone and you go out and you start doing all this crazy stuff. And then once you actually get into the, try to edit and do anything with it, man, it gets ugly. So the nice, smooth, real slow, everything you can do with these things is crazy. So I put a link down below for our remote pilot course, right below the video, along with links for our cell. And I want to start with this video today. Oh, let me tell you about this. This is when I bought it a year ago. You know what's cool is you can go on YouTube and there are so many good tutorials out there from people to set up your drone, no matter what it is. Like I said, this is a Mavic Air 2. I just love this thing. It is so much dang fun. And, you know, the shots you can get with it are just incredible. And, you know, when I started in helicopters, my first job 20 years ago, I know people get tired of hearing me say that, but we did aerial filming in a helicopter. We went out in a Jet Ranger and I held a camera over my shoulder. And because sometimes I would be the camera guy. Sometimes I was flying, sometimes I was the camera guy. And oh my God, what you can shoot with this thing, oh, it's unflipping believable. And later when we were doing that news reporting stuff, we got the big $500,000 gyro mount camera up front and had somebody in the back operating that thing. This is comparable to that. I mean, there's times when it won't work, and this stuff, again, this is stuff I shot around town. None of this is colorized. I didn't do any fancy editing to it. This is just taking this little thing out and just shooting. And of course, YouTube, there's so much out there. People teach you how to, you know, do colorization after the fact and techniques on shooting. This is all, except for the Corvette footage in the beginning, this is all stuff I shot last spring and last summer. This is just freaking amazing. And we've had this remote pilot course for a couple years, and I haven't really pushed it because I used to worry about, oh, people get mad about drones. But you know what? They're a part of our world now. And yes, this is my pontoon out on my beautiful lake where I spend a lot of my time in the summer. So I wanted to show this footage today because I'm calm and I'm cool. It's just amazing. So this little remote pilot course, there's a link down below. People, you know, we got to live with drones, and even whether we're helicopter pilots or you just like drones, you know, we all have to learn how to live together. So the more you learn about them, the better off you are. And the point I always make is I can now, with a $1,000 drone, go out and do photo work faster, cheaper, and better than I ever could with a helicopter. I mean, if you think about it, you got to drag the helicopter out, schedule it, fuel it, pre-flight it, and then try to go out with the aircraft and get smooth footage. You know what? Drones are here. And so for those of you interested in a drone course, we got one. And we're going to start promoting it because we've got staff changes and we're adding staff and adding people. And so you know what? Remote pilot on, I think it's remotepilotonline.com. I think, anyways, the link's down below. Look at this footage. This was the first day here of my Jeep, just going out and playing with the auto tracking. And in the last year, I've wanted to do more drone stuff. And now we will do some more drone stuff. But you know, if I was looking for a little side business, I would hands down go out and start a little drone company. I think a person can take one of these drones, start your business, and go out and you can charge relatively close to what a freaking helicopter would charge. And you know what? Helicopters are still going to have their place. They always will. And there's photographers that want to go up in helicopters. And here's me playing in the background too in the golf cart. This was clear back a year ago when I first got this thing. Just showing the auto tracking. Unbelievable what you can do. So today's video, while we let this play, I got stressed out last week. Yeah, everything got to me. I had to take a few days off. I was like Ozzy Osbourne biting the heads off bats on stage. Rah! And spitting them out. So I took a few days off and had to sit back and relax and try to figure out what's important. And what's important is what we've been doing all along. And I'm very grateful that I have able to do what we've done in the past 10 years. I was really frustrated March 1st when things didn't go well because we had everything planned. So much time and effort to have this huge event on the March 1st. And then it just went to hell in a handbasket. And I was extremely upset. And then that just carried over to trying to get these aircraft in the air and fly in, and in the middle of trying to buy the hangar, that was a lot of stress. And so my thing for this morning is, you know what? I was telling Heather when I come in, we do have to be able to go with the flow, and especially with helicopters. And by the way, here's the drone course, $97, it's down below. Here's everything that's in there: regulations, airspace, operating requirements, flight restrictions, aviation weather, effects of weather, emergency procedures, resource management, radio communications, physiological factors affecting pilots, aeronautical decision making, blah, blah, blah. And we got FAA knowledge test in there too. So we'll have to get our knowledge test guy in there to update those written tests as well, because he's taking care of all of our courses inside the HOGS courses. So we'll get those updated soon as well. So what I was wanting to say, we'll just go back to the camera, you've seen that. So I was telling Heather this morning, you know, one of the first guys I went to work for that launched my career, he was talking about something that, you know, just day-to-day operations of what we were going to do. And he's like, but just remember, everything is always subject to change. And I was telling Heather that. And then also one of the gurus that I learned from to do all the stuff that I do now with Helicopter Online Ground School, he always said, I always reserve the right to change my mind at any time. So, you know, when it comes to helicopters, Jesus, you really do have to go with the flow. And then when it comes to scheduling your training and showing up for flight training and doing ground school, no matter what it is, you really do have to be ready to go with the flow, because you know what? And I'm going to say it. We love them, right? And there's a little Schweitzer sitting over there. They're fun as hell to fly, you know? And that's why we do all this and go through the headache and heartache of what we do. But helicopters are a pain in the ass. They're just a freaking pain. They're a pain to, everything about the back end of them is just a pain. But we do it. Why? We do it because of the love of freaking helicopter flying. So anyway, luckily I still have a team this week because I was biting all their heads off last week. You know, Ozzy Osbourne, I love Ozzy. And he's a freaking brilliant individual. I don't care what you think of him. He sounds like an idiot when he talks, but you know what? He is a super smart individual. And when he bit the head off that bat, he didn't think he was biting the head off a live bat. He thought he was biting the head off a rubber bat because they were throwing rubber chickens and rubber bats and stuff on stage. So he took the bite and I was like, uh-oh. And this interview I saw him, he said, you know, I didn't know it was a real bat. And he goes, I did it. He goes, I got him. And then I did it, and what could I do? He goes, of course I milk this stuff, right? I gotta milk it. I'm a freaking rock star, right? So anyway, my bark's worse than my bite. I want to start with, this is maybe the end of the month, we're gonna roll the beginning that Heather and I built for the March 1st, where we're out in the car and we're having fun, and Samaritan landed over here, which was the helicopter that inspired me, the Dolphin years ago. It's a great story, and one landed on the ramp while we were out shooting the opener for March 1st. So yeah, we'll roll that. Maybe we'll do a big event at the end of the month. And transparently in my email, I'm going to get to some helicopter flying here in 2 minutes, I swear. We're going to, and this isn't a marketing play, we're going to extend the sell. Let's just do it for the rest of the month. It's a 10-year celebration, and normally we do a big countdown. 5 days left, 4 days left, 3 days left, 2 days left. Well, on my little break over the weekend, I didn't have it in me. I just didn't have it in me to sit down and write emails. 5 days left, 4 days left, 3 days. It's like, oh my God. I took a break, hung out with my daughter, went out and saw a band Saturday night, drank some beer, slept in on Sunday. Just didn't have it in me. So the stress monster caught up with me last week. But I took some time off and here we are. So let's get to, here's what we're gonna get to. Heather made a video. Oh my gosh, is this 7 minutes long? Is your video 7 minutes long?
I think so.
Oh my God.
Yeah, roll it.
Okay, so she made this video for me and she goes, I work on an iMac. And she goes, okay, I got a video. You need to get out of the way because I have a video I want to download, but I don't want you to see it. I know what it's called. I see the title, but I don't know. And I said, are you going to embarrass me? She goes, I don't think so. Are you going to make me cry? She said, I don't think so. So I don't know. So I'm going to roll this video from Heather that I have no idea what she's going to say. Hopefully I'm not in shambles by the time it's over. And then we're going to get to some maneuvers, some fun stuff. So here we go. I'm scared to hit the button. Here I go. 3, 2, 1. You're going to make me cry, aren't you?
I probably will.
Oh my God. Here we go.
Hey KK, listen, I just wanted to sneak on here and tell you happy birthday and congratulations on 10 years at HOGS. The 4 years that I've been working for you, I've really just learned so much. Your motivation, your drive, and your passion is second to none. And I just wanted to really thank you for being there for me these last couple years, and definitely this last year. I wouldn't have been able to make it without you. So I really appreciate how we're able to stand beside each other no matter what either one of us is going through. HOGS is growing like crazy and it's so fun to be a part of. And happy birthday, congratulations. And I think there's a few other people that want to say hi too.
Hey Kenny, it's Brian here. Just wanted to first congratulate you on 10 years with Helicopter Online Ground School, and also wanted to wish you a very happy birthday for yourself. It's been one heck of a ride since I met you back in 2013, and here we are in 2022. I'm working for you. We're making progress, and it's all because of what you've done with Helicopter Online Ground School. You're a champ, you're a rock star, everybody knows it. Keep doing what you're doing, and happy birthday, buddy. We'll talk to you later.
KK, quick little shout out. Happy birthday. Congratulations on 10 years of HOGS. You've come a long way since I first met you. Definitely deserve everything that's come your way. Again, happy birthday. Can't wait to celebrate with you. Be safe.
Hey Kenny, hello from Heli Expo 2022 in Dallas, Texas. I actually wanted to make this video Friday night when I dropped the helicopter off, but I got busy pulling the helicopter in and putting it away and all that stuff, and a little bit concerned about what was going to jump out of the dark next and scare the shit out of me. So I ended up not making it. I want to do it from Heli Expo today, but there's just too much going on at the show, too much noise. So you get the crappy video from the hotel room. I didn't want to put it off any further, otherwise Heather was going to get mad at me, and it's not something I want. Just want to say thank you for everything you've done for me and for Venture Helicopters over the past 6-8 months or so. It's certainly been an adventure. I have a feeling that the adventure is just beginning, and there's a lot of amazing stuff in store for both our companies over the next few months. So I'm very much looking forward to that. So again, thank you for that. And more importantly, happy birthday, and I hope you have a great day. Happy birthday.
Hey Kenny, just wanted to give you congratulations and wish you happy birthday for surviving another trip around our nearest star. It's a big deal. And big congratulations on the 10-year anniversary of HOGS. Decade's a long time, man. And you've come a long ways. I think you've earned every last little bit of it. And I see a lot of great things going forward in the future. So super excited to be able to come up there and join you and be a part of that. But happy birthday. It's your special day. Go and knock your socks off, man. Have a good one.
Happy birthday, Kenny. It's me, Jenny from SoCal. Look at you now. Wow. It blows my mind to see how far you've come. Wow. I can still remember you on the beach with your flip phone, filming the helicopter threes, and so humbly asking, will you take a chance on me? And I did. I believed in you, and I'm just so proud of you, so proud of your accomplishments, and you deserve every success that comes your way. You've earned it and you deserve it. Happy birthday, my friend. I'm still working on it. Haven't given up. And if there's one thing you've taught me is don't give up. I will see you again. Happy birthday. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. Good for you. Boom.
Hey Kenny, wanted to wish you a happy birthday and congratulations on your 10-year anniversary with HOGS. Wish you were here at Heli Expo with us. Having a good time, but I know you got a lot of stuff going on with HOGS. And I just wanted to wish you a happy birthday and happy anniversary. We'll talk to you soon.
Kenny, happy birthday, buddy. Over the years, you have given the gifts of education and encouragement and support to so many people in this industry. But today, it's all about you. So I hope you're feeling the birthday love from people everywhere. And cheers to you and another excellent year ahead. Happy birthday.
Hey Kenny, how's it going? So you are a big reason why I only have to work half the year and get to fly a pretty nice helicopter. So keep up the good works. Congratulations on 10 years of HOGS. Hopefully there's a lot more to come, and happy birthday.
Hey, good morning, Kenny. Congratulations, my friend, on 10 solid years of making a difference in the helicopter community. Your passion and drive towards success for pilots and for those that are learning from you make a big difference every day. Love to see you come out here and join us in California at some time, but understand your hard work is definitely something that will pay off. But in the meantime, once you get a good look at the backyard, you could be here in the near future. We'll see you, buddy. Congratulations again.
Hey Dad, Heather's been putting this together for a while now, and I keep forgetting to send her the video, so here I am in Chili's with Megan. Hi! Making this video. Congrats on 10 years. It's been a long 10 years. Yeah, thank you for absolutely everything you've done for me growing up. Megan's laughing at me. I love you so much. Thank you for always being patient with me and never giving up on me, no matter how much we argue. I appreciate it. I appreciate everything. And I'm sorry that I don't tell you enough. But I love you so much. Thank you for absolutely everything. I know how hard you work, and it means a lot, and I do see it. I do notice it. I do feel grateful for it. So, yeah. Happy 10 years. Love you.
A little bit.
I'm glad she didn't. Yeah. I'm glad she didn't. I'm glad I didn't get to see that beforehand. And today works out, man. That's amazing. I can't believe that.
Surprise! Woo!
I guess I always come back after getting frustrated, usually with new motivation. And I don't know what to say. Thank you, everybody. That's amazing. I wasn't even expecting that. I didn't know she was going to do that. And this morning's email I sent out about the stress monster last week, I guess it all kind of fits into that. So that's amazing. I'm going to go ahead and roll the first video I had for March 1st because I need to go collect myself for a minute. So take this one to heart. This is what we need to know about flying is. This is what I preach, man. It's the easy stuff. It's not the hard stuff. I'm gonna roll this. Thank you, everybody. That was flipping amazing. I don't even know what to say other than I'm gonna roll this video so I can go take a deep breath. Thank you, Heather. That was fucking awesome.
Yep. Happy birthday.
Why don't we really go on?
key to a good auto rotation. And I want to start off with the objection that I get every time that I talk about this. I say it, I live by it, I train, I teach it, and the examiner that I've been using all these years always says, what's the key to a good approach? What's the key to a good straight-in auto? What's the key to a good hover auto? The answer is always the same, a good setup. Then the objection is, well, the key to a good auto, yeah, that's all fine and good, but that's not real world. You don't get to set it up in the real world. Do I say that with a little, have I been aggravated by those comments in the past? Let me handle that objection right now. Yes, you need to go out and train in a real world environment. You're flying along, instructor cuts the throttle or however you do it, which Chris is going to touch on that, I'm sure. And that's as an upcoming video, we're going to discuss that and go at length. We train to a standard. You have to have a standard to go take the practical test. Currently under the PTS, that will become the ACS, you have to fly to a standard. And we have to train students to a standard. It's also our job to take students out and give those students choices, like over open fields like we are right now. And we're going to go into that more. I just want to clarify, if you set up an auto and you set it up and it's nice, it's probably going to be nice. And the examiner has said to me, and I've heard him say it to students over and over again, if it takes you 10 minutes to get set up for the auto, it takes 10 minutes to get set up for the auto. He legitimately says that. He said, rather you take your time and feel good about it and give me a good auto for this practical test today. That's the idea of training to a standard. Maybe you can give some of the real world side of what an instructor should do, or whatever you think.
Well,
Chris?
training is all about building blocks, right? You have to have a good foundation.
Yep.
In order to actually do it, right?
Right.
So in the training world, we are having a good setup because what's happening is you're training your brain to do the motions, right?
Yes.
So, we're having a good setup at the airport, getting ourselves lined up with the runway. We're counting off 3, 2, 1. We're entering the auto. It's all about good setup. It's all about getting the movements down with your hands, your mind, where you're looking, scanning, all that stuff.
Absolutely.
Now, once you have a good base and your student or the pilot has it, the repetition down. He understands the signs of an engine failure. He understands what he's going to do without thinking. Then we're going to go out there and do that real world stuff. And
Yes.
I'll tell you right now, as an instructor, when I'm training my guys to get ready for that check ride, when we're in that check ride prep phase, I may tell him, okay, let's go out here and we'll set up for a confined area. And on the way to that confined area, I may roll the throttle off to simulate the engine failure.
Sure.
And we may have a tailwind, we may have a crosswind, we may be right into the wind. But he now has the practice and the foundation and the repetition, the memory of what to do.
Yes.
As soon as he recognizes that engine failure, the needles are split, the nose is yaw to the right in the G2. He knows, oh crap, I better lower that collective and get into an auto. And
Yep.
oh yeah, where's the wind coming from? Well, it's a tailwind. I need to make that turn. So yes, we do need to have a good setup to start that, to start the building blocks, to start that base of how to handle it. But there toward the end, we get into that training world where I'll just do it, and you better take, you better take the proper action, get into the wind, find that open area, whatever. So.
That's right. Let's get in the comments. Let's fight it out, man. Let's fight this one out, because I know I'm going to get those objections. No, I'm just kidding.
Right.
Comment whatever you like.
Dude, they love you.
Oh man, went outside, took a breath. What Heather just made for me, that was absolutely amazing. I wasn't expecting that. And I just glanced over as I walked outside, and I saw Paul said, "Real men cry." And something that, just because I saw that comment, my mom was a.
Got this. Deep breath.
I think I'll just roll another video.
Okay.
We'll be back.
Oh, yeah, good wins today.
Good for autos. Nope, I think we'll go right into the autos as soon as you're comfortable doing them. Okay. And I always like to do a normal approach first, but if you're ready to go right to them, we can go right to them.
Well, what I would like to do is probably do a couple quick stops. Let's do a normal approach, do a couple quick stops, kind of get. I have started doing that now. I've started doing quick stops before I go into auto.
That's a video.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Awesome. So you're gonna go around and do a normal first, and then do some quick stops.
Yeah, I think we'll just come around, do normal, do a couple quick stops, just kind of feel it out.
Awesome. Chris says, you know what? I said I like to do like a normal approach first. And he goes, you know, I like to do a normal approach to warm up and a couple of quick stops before doing straight ins autos. And I went, perfect. Let's make that a video because this is a great topic to get into before we do show you a straight in auto. As Chris said, he likes to do them clear on the left. And I'll try to make this short because I go on too long sometimes, but this morning we were talking about when I almost got killed as a brand new CFI by a weekend warrior pilot because I wasn't ready to, I should have been more ready to fix the mistake that he was going to make. And anyway, as a brand new CFI, I hired a high time instructor to come in and work with me. And because I was a brand new CFI, I was ready to start teaching autos to a particular student and I just wasn't comfortable. So anyway, I hire this 4,000-hour pilot, I believe at the time, at least like 4,000 in R-22s, and then he had other aircraft under his belt as well. He was a high-time instructor where I did all my training and then had one of my first jobs. And when he said, let's back up and to freshen everything up, let's do some ground school, then we're going to go out and we're going to do quick stops before the autos. And then we're going to do 90s, and then we're going to do 180s. And we're going to get to that in the upcoming videos. But what he said in that training, we did the ground, and he said, let's go on and do quick stops first. Let's hone your flare in. And I know I met somebody at a helicopter flying years ago that helped write the helicopter flying handbook or do a revision on it or something. And he said, Kenny, always teach quick stops before teaching your autos.
Yep, I like doing that now.
It's a great warm up. And then same thing with this high time instructor I flew with. That's where we started with.
Quick radio call.
And we did go out and we did quick stops first. And I was a CFI at that point. I knew how to do a quick stop, but we really talked about it like it's the end of the auto rotation, almost in slow motion. And he really taught me to really hone in that flare and to pick out something on the horizon with something in the aircraft. And we were in the R-22, and I think it was like the top of the dash or something with a line of trees on the horizon. And it made this instructor help me a lot.
758 Papa Alpha, upwind runway 27, staying in the pattern direction.
Get my confidence up to go out and teach the auto rotations.
Next week.
Well, Dave, if you happen to be still watching, you don't know this, but I was thinking about calling you like in the last day or two and saying, hey man, what are you doing for like the next week? I was thinking about Gloria and I jumping on a plane and coming to California and having you check me out in the R-44 and like either the beginning or the end of our trip out there. And then we thought about driving up the coast, the Pacific Coast Highway, and run up and see Brian in Sacramento and swing through San Francisco again because we loved going there. And anyway, so Dave, I was thinking about you and thinking about like blasting out there just to get out of here and get a break and get me tuned up in the R-44. Okay, so what I was gonna say before I started crying and I read Real Men Cry, story I was trying to tell, I got choked up talking about my mom. My mom loved Norman Schwarzkopf, and I think he was amazing. And I actually saw Norman speak live at a big event that I went to with one of the people who God, this brings back memories. You know, part of my deal is I do what I do today because I got depressed. Damn it.
Birthday.
Anyway, I'll just go to the story. I saw Norman speak live, and my mom just loved him so much, and he was amazing. I think he was a great leader. He was able to be a leader, and he was able to do it in he wasn't like the typical general, right? And I saw this interview with him that he said, he was asked during the interview, he was like, whoever, Barbara Walters or whatever, and I might embellish the story just a little with an extra, word or two, but he said, she said, what do you think of a man that doesn't cry? And he said, a man that doesn't cry scares the hell out of me. And I thought, I've used that for years, and I told my daughter that growing up. We'd go to movies when she was little, and I'd cry in a movie, and she'd be like, "Dad, you're crying." I'd always be telling her, "Dad, Gloria, there's nothing wrong with it." If Norman Norman says, "A man that doesn't cry scares the hell out of me," that means it's okay to cry. So I was gonna like teach on these videos, and you know what? This day is freaking awesome, and I'm saying what I want to say in the video anyway. Let me say this. I picked some videos today that I was gonna show March 1st. So just some stuff kind of off the cuff or different. Maybe you haven't seen, maybe you haven't heard, or maybe you haven't heard in a while. So I'm gonna roll the next one so I can take another little short break, and we'll be right back.
And if you want to know about our day, check out Chopper Guy 53 Instagram, and you'll find out why I got in the mood today.
Yeah, go to Chopper Guy 53 and figure out the what put Chris in a bad mood for lunch today.
Yeah.
Welcome back to HOGS Daily Fight Brief, and today we're going to talk about something that Chris and I, even though we trained together years ago, now we have a little bit of a different take on how we apply this, and we'll talk about that so you get two different views. But we're going to talk about the need for, when you enter an auto rotation, you need an aft cyclic pull. And if you don't, the nose drops, RPM drops, and then you just start chasing the thing all the way down. Once you, at the beginning of the auto, if you don't enter it nice and get a nice entry, then you one thing's off, then you chase it all the way down. You're up and down with the collective, or you're back and forth with the cyclic. So during the auto rotation entry, a nice small aft pull, I call it set the speed. Because what I do, if I'm using 70 for a glide, I like to enter about 72, 73, 75. A little faster than my glide speed, so when I go down collective, proper pedal, now that I'm flying two different aircraft, right? Proper pedal and a small aft cyclic pull. That brings me back to 70. It sets the speed, keeps the RPM nice, nose doesn't drop, and it makes for a nice auto rotation. And then I mentioned yesterday that there is an accident, an EMS accident, where the guy's traveling along at 120 knots or whatever, has engine failure at cruise speed, and they determined that he didn't apply aft cyclic, lost rotor RPM, and I believe everybody died. And it's been a while since I read that accident, but that's a legitimate accident report that happened in EMS. You know, the improper training from the company on what to do during cruise flight. At that speed, not giving him the proper training to make sure that you do the aft cyclic pull. So it's more than just a training aspect. If you have it in the real world, especially going faster than your normal training speed, you need a small amount of aft cyclic to keep the nose from dropping and keep the RPM where it's at. Now, we try not to discuss this stuff too much before we go out for the day, but this we talked about a little bit today, and you have just a little bit different view on the entry, so go ahead and give them your thoughts, kind of where you've taken it in your training as an instructor.
If you've watched previous videos, you know that I like to do real world stuff. I like to teach real world. So I know once you get your rating, you're going to basically be going from point A to point B. And you're going to go from point A to point B at cruise airspeed. So why not practice your auto rotations or your entry into your autos at cruise airspeed?
Sure, makes sense.
And the same with the altitude. I know that you're going to go 500 feet above or AGL or 1,000 feet AGL, whatever you're going to do. So why when you enter the auto, are you exactly at 500 AGL and 60 knots because that's what we want during our glide? No, I want you at if you're going to go cross country at 1500 indicated, then I want to be at 1500 indicated, and I want you at 80 knots or whatever your aircraft cruise speed is. 80 knots is what we use in here. So that's how I train. That's what I want them to train. And so I'm going to have a little bit more of an aft cyclic input than you would, because I'm cruising at 80 and I want to back it down to 60.
Faster speed.
So,
absolutely.
So yeah, so it's just a slight little, and that's how I teach. And this, down, left, aft. Down collective, left pedal, aft cyclic. Down, left, aft. Down, left, aft. Down, left, aft. And if you have to make a turn, down, left, aft, turn. So that's how I get it in there. And so today we're just going to set up for a straight in auto, and you're just going to see here I am cruising at 80. I'm at 1600 indicated. Down, left, aft. And then just get your scan going.
Goshen traffic, helicopter 3, Sartell, about 1 mile, final 5, Goshen.
And then maybe after this one, then maybe we could do one where you don't use aft and see what happens. Or, let's see, Alice, we'll pick up this up after you get done doing your thing here.
All right, clear on the left. Everything's looking good. Here we go. And 3, 2, 1. Down, left, aft. Looking for that 60. And in this aircraft's going to slow down anyway. So you're just actually, you may just be adding just a little bit of input. So you have now gone through a little bit. So I'm just going to push forward a little bit.
All right, we're back. Big deep breath. It's all going to be okay. Everything everybody said in that little video, you know what? I want everything to be perfect, and that's my problem. I need to accept imperfection because I'm not perfect, and I want perfection. Nothing's my problem. It's my problem. I gotta learn to go with the flow. I gotta go with the flow. We're gonna give one of these away after the next video, and I'm gonna ask 2 questions, and they're important questions, but you gotta know something about me. One you can guess. The other, well, we'll just ask the question when we ask it. I'm gonna give away a study guide. It's gonna answer a question that one of the HOGS people has been wondering about. Anyway, I wanna give this away after I show this video that Hauser inspired, and this is a good real world one here, like all of them I wanted to show you today, but this is one that you need to think about, and I'm just gonna roll the video because it's self-explanatory. This is an important one, and if you're not doing this in a helicopter, you need to be thinking about this and doing the method. So here we go.
On the left.
So since we're sitting on some icy area here, Chris.
Yes.
I think you should talk about picking up and setting down, and what you're thinking about as you're.
Well, I'll tell you what I was really thinking about there. When you don't see this. Here I am at Rev up here, so I'm ready to go. But I don't see this a lot with students, especially when I fly with other students from other schools or someone that I've never flown with.
Yep.
I'm surprised at how many times people don't give some pedal input when they split the needles. To check that sprag clutch. Here we are sitting on ice.
Yes.
I split the needles by rolling throttle off quickly. If you don't add the correct pedal, you're gonna go spinning.
Yes.
And it's happened to me. I was with a student. I'll give you a quick example. I was with a student one time.
Yep.
He rolled off throttle very quickly to do the power or do the sprag clutch check, and I wasn't ready for it.
Yep.
And he just did it, and we were sitting next to the fuel pumps, and it scared me because the whole aircraft rotated.
Yep.
And we were so close to the pumps that I thought we almost hit it, and I actually popped my door open to look back to see how close we were. And I mean, we were farther than what I thought, but it did scare me. And it's all because he rolled that throttle off to split the needles. You got to add pedal when you do that, just for this exact case. Here we are sitting on top of snow and ice.
Yep.
When I rolled off today, I added left pedal and we didn't rotate. But if I would have rolled that throttle off fast and didn't add any pedal, we could have turned the whole aircraft. So I see that a lot with people that I don't train. They never add that pedal. And it's just something easy to do so you don't rotate the aircraft.
I am going to back that.
That's a good one. My good buddy, Dr. Nick, when he trained in the Schweitzer with me, and then we got him his own Enstrom, and he came here in Indiana and trained with me, and then he took it home. And he was nervous, landed his hangar for the first time in a helicopter he just purchased, and he didn't roll the throttle off, and he was on ice, and the helicopter swung around, and the tail rotor missed the hangar by like that much. So that's a big one. All right, you know what? Since I go on and on too much, we'll chit-chat a little bit, maybe ask some questions at the end. Chit-chat with you if anybody's got anything they want to talk about. I'll try to look over the comments, but I'm a little overwhelmed at the moment. So here's the deal with the study guide, and then I'll roll a video. I'm gonna ask 2 questions. You gotta answer both questions correctly. And you can type them in the same. Try to use proper spelling, please, But anyway, just get the 2 points in chat. Number 1, but don't start typing because you need to put both. Yeah, you gotta follow directions because this is part of the whole written test thing and preparation as a pilot and getting ready for check rides. You have to listen directions. You gotta do it, right? The way it's intended to be done. So we're gonna ask 2 questions. I'm gonna roll the video, I'll watch chat. So answer both questions
In the same comment.
in the same comment, just to make it easier for us in chat. Number 1, how old am I today? And number 2, what is my favorite helicopter movie? To me, it's the best of all time. Some of you that are younger aren't going to think of this one. So we're going to roll the next video. Type in the same comment, how old am I today? And what is my favorite helicopter movie that inspired me as a senior in high school when I went to the theater to see this movie? And next video, please.
And I'm clearing my obstacle, but I'm not going to change power. I'm going to fly away for just a little bit, get some more altitude and airspeed before I lower the power. Now I can lower the power and fly away. Okay, now I'm going to go around and do one more. But this one I want to show you, something I was taught once I was flying in the EMS environment. And a Czech airman was talking to me about when I was flying the EC-135. And the version, the model I was flying back then, it was a model that they had to really limit you on power. The two turbine engines had a lot of power, right? But the way it was built, there was too much for the transmissions. They were tearing up transmissions. So they limited us quite a bit on our power that they would let us use. So, the Czech airman taught me something. He said, you know what? Everybody pulls straight to max power before taking off to try to clear their obstacle. And the problem in EMS, because we were held to points where we had a lot of fuel, maybe a heavy passenger, hot, humid day, and you'd try to get out of a situation and try to clear an obstacle, and you just didn't have enough power. You'd get to a certain point, and you would max out. And so you'd have to set back down and either burn fuel, offload equipment. You'd have to come up with some other alternative and then try again. And sometimes you might have to do that 2 or 3 times. Well, you want to get out of there, deliver your patient, but you can't because you're too heavy. And then you're burning fuel off, right? And that's kind of defeating the purpose of an EMS helicopter when you're sitting there burning fuel, ready to go, but you can't get out of your hole. Okay, so what he taught me was instead of pulling straight to max power, most people pull to max and they pull it really fast. Okay, that's a method, that's a technique. He said, here's what you try sometime when you're having trouble getting out of a hole. Only pull somewhere between hover power and max power and pull it in real gently and slowly. And for whatever reason, sometimes you can actually get higher than if you just pull to max power. And I went out and I did it, and it worked, and it was flipping amazing. So I'm going to use that method right here. I'm going to get a little closer to the hangar so it's a little tougher. And I still got some good fuel on, have a crosswind. And we're just going to see. What you saw, it was climbing pretty good today, but I'm still going to talk you through it. So, warning, caution lights are out, gauge is green, everything's looking really, really good. Now what I want to do is, again, I'm going to pull about 35, 36, because I'm hovering at 32. My max is 39. I'm going to pull about halfway in between. Let's just see how it climbs. And trick is I'm going to pull it in slower. I'm not going to pull it in aggressively. So let's do that. Let's just start kind of pulling it in. Coming up slower, pulling the power in. I'm only at 34. There's 35. Okay, now I can go. Is it going to keep climbing? Yep, it's going to keep climbing. Going to keep climbing. And there's a point where you'd be stuck if you were pulling max. And look at that. Look at that thing climb. So now I'm going to go, okay, forward cyclic, fly away. I don't want to change the power until I have plenty of room over my obstacle. And I fly away. So, aerodynamically, I cannot tell you why that works. I can just tell you that it does. So there are 4 different things to think about.
So, Crypto, you got it. Very nice. You've apparently watched the videos. You freaking nailed it. And there's a certain instructor out there that's been wondering why we call him Jaffe. Well, now he knows what movie to go watch. It's close. You'll get it. And Warren Oates was so freaking awesome in there. And I love the scene where he's giving the two guys hell that were in a helicopter, and he's like, people don't like police helicopters hovering over their homes, peeking in their windows. You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna burn you, me, and my whole damn division. And I don't want my division burnt. So here's what I was coming down with you two guys. You're grounded. Get the hell out of here. Get off my desk and whatever. Freaking love that movie, man. It inspired me. Senior in high school, I went there with my high school sweetheart, and I knew I wanted to be a cop, and I knew I wanted to fly helicopters, and that movie just freaking did it. That movie just, oh my God, just did it for me. So, do I have one video left or two? I remember. Heather has chicken over here in the crock pot, barbecued chicken. And I went over there and smelled it, and I'm starving because I slept in today, got up, drank coffee, didn't eat. I don't know if I showed this video. What video did I just watch? Did we do this one? I don't even remember.
I thought we were done, but I guess not.
I think there's one more. All right, here's one more. Man, this today needed to happen. Heather's video she made from all of you, that just put icing on the cake to the email I sent this morning trying to get some people to show up today. Let's roll the last video, and then I'm gonna get ready to eat some chicken. We'll come back and I don't know what we'll do. We'll be right back.
Okay, aircraft's getting light, so I got to kind of feel the movements. Is the nose going left, right? I'm gonna get everything neutralized. Now that it feels good, now I'm gonna gently lift up.
So the topic of today, two-step process to avoid dynamic rollover. And I'm gonna talk about it more in the video. We're gonna go back to the helicopter. And my daughter's always talking about how I talk to myself and how weird she thinks that is. Of course I talk to myself. Sometimes I need expert advice. I don't really feel like an expert. I just feel like a guy who's been down in the trenches and beat up and knocked down and struggled to get to where I'm at today. Like many of you out there. This is something you really need to think about, whether you're brand new or you've been flying for 20 years. So let's go back to the helicopter.
Have you ever heard of the two-stage pickup? Maybe you're brand new and you haven't. Or maybe you're an experienced pilot that needs to refresh this. I got to refresh it all the time, right? We stay proficient by working with the basics, the things we learned early on, right? And I learned early on from an awesome instructor who's one day kind of spanked me a little bit, and he's like, you got to learn a good two-step process. Experienced pilots roll these helicopters over from doing a sloppy pickup, and you got to understand, step one, get the aircraft line the skids, pause, neutralize. Step two, gently lift the aircraft up in the air. And he was really stern, and I'm glad he was, right? Because he taught me good technique that I've used all these years, and it works really well. Just a refresher for those that already know. If you're brand new, I'm going to start raising collective. You're going to hear a horn here in a minute, but it'll go off. Maybe. Okay, horn's off. So now what I want to do is I'll be looking outside 50, 75 feet. I can glance back into RPM, look back outside, back into RPM. Don't worry, a little bit of instrument shake there, no big deal. Okay, aircraft's getting light, so I got to kind of feel the movements. Is the nose going left, right? I'm gonna get everything neutralized. Now that it feels good, now I'm gonna gently lift up. Two-step process. And people rush the pickup a lot of times on an instrument when they bounce like that because they don't like the bounce. And even though the bounce kind of sucks, I say don't rush the pickup. Rushing a pickup can cause you dynamic rollover. Let's go over here in the grass. We'll try another one, and we'll just see.
That is such a wonderful tip that you'll ask a pilot, hey, what's good? What's the key to a good pickup? I don't know, or they give you silly answers. Two-step process, man. And here's one more on the fly. I'm like, Heather, what do I do, man? This is freaking awesome, and I'm tired, and everybody's here, and she says, well, it has been 49 minutes. And I go, you know what? I preach about the 1-hour flight lesson, and I like being back on the dolly at 50 minutes. Because when you're logging that time and you're learning, if you're back on the dolly, you're back on the ground at 50, you still got time to work through the shutdown properly with your checklist and learn and do it right. I'm such a firm believer in the 1-hour flight lesson. I don't think it should ever go any further than that. Unless you're doing cross country, or unless you're like Dr. Nick, who owned the Enstrom, who I taught years ago. We would fly for an hour, and then I'd go, well, it's an hour, we should go in. And he'd go, well, hey, can we just go play and do autos? I'm like, if you want to, it's your money. And he'd go, yeah. We'd do like another half hour of autos, but we weren't doing them out of stress and really training. We were doing them for fun and proficiency. So yes, there are times when you can go over an hour, but in general, especially for new people, an hour is enough. An hour is enough. I was a police officer before I became a flight instructor, and I was a firearms instructor, and I went to instructor development school, and they said, you never keep somebody in a classroom longer than an hour. At 50 minutes, they need a break. The human brain needs a break. Or if you're out in the range for 50 minutes, give them a break. And that traveled over into helicopter training. The one guy I worked 4 years ago that I got my first start in the industry that launched my career, he said, I love the way he explained it. The first 20 minutes, you're getting warmed up. The second 20 minutes, you're really making progress and things are really starting to sink in and you're having a good flight. And then that third 20 minutes, you still might be doing well, but by the end of that 20 minutes, you start to drop off. And it's perfect. I know in a helicopter, I know when we're at 50 minutes. I can tell by their performance. So you know what? That's good reason to let everybody go, get on with their day. I want to have some of Heather's barbecue chicken that's over there. It's driving me crazy. I can't thank everybody enough. I don't know what else to say. That was a total shock that Heather prepared that video to me, and everybody, Jenny, Tin, and Dave, Brian, and I'll watch it again, man. But that just threw me for a loop when she said she had this video, and I put it in the system. I didn't even see it was 7 minutes long. So I thought, well, she's gonna wish me happy birthday. Okay, cool. And then I'm like, 7 minutes? What's on here? And she's like, I don't know, I'm not telling. I had no idea that she reached out to everybody, and people took the time to send those videos in, and then Heather took the time to edit that up. That was awesome. And all your comments today has just been incredible. And I don't know what else to say other than it's been an amazing 10 years. And I want definitely another 10. Oh, so last order of business. There's discounts down below. When I first got here today, I go, you know what? Should we just do the discounts the rest of the month? And Heather goes, why not? And I'm like, if I would have been doing my normal, hey, I was going to do a video every day and things just got crazy around here. And since I took my break, screw it. We want to give people discounts. The monthlies, if you're a current subscriber, you can save money. You can unsubscribe. If you've got time left in your billing cycle, we'll have to cancel it for you, but you can sign back up, and it's like $58 a month or something with the 40% discount. Yeah. So if you're a current member paying the higher price, you can take advantage of it. If you want to come back, we did learn last week that you stay in the system unless you really frustrate us and we delete you for some reason, which doesn't happen very rarely. Very rarely does that ever happen because people are awesome. Your progress is there when you come back. So that's a beautiful thing. If you're wanting to come back to HOGS and you were working on private, maybe you haven't finished and you want to come back,
Progress is there.
your progress is there. You're still in the system. And then down below is the direct links for the specials that we have right now, 40% off. The links are down below. You don't even need the code. If you venture back to the if you venture back to the HOGS page later, it's HOGS 40 you can use for anything on the page except for the study guide. HOGS 40 to get 40% off, but there's links down below this video where you can sign up and get 40% off. And Heather's working the deals. We were going to roll a video. You know what? This is good enough. This has been amazing. I want to eat some chicken. The deals are down below. We're going to extend it out. It's not a marketing trick. It's just, why not? That's 10 years and online. Let's give back. Get some fresh people in there.
Keep the celebration going.
Keep the celebration going. And before I get all mushy and teary-eyed, let's just go. I'm going to play the birthday surprise video. Just because. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in.
See you guys.
See you next Tuesday and or before. Peace.
Hey, KK. Listen, I just wanted to sneak on here and tell you happy birthday and congratulations on 10 years at HOGS. The 4 years that I've been working for you, I've really just learned so much. Your motivation, your drive, and your passion is second to none. And I just wanted to really thank you for being there for me these last couple years, and definitely this last year. I wouldn't have been able to make it without you. So I really appreciate how we're able to stand beside each other no matter what either one of us is going through. HOGS is growing like crazy, and it's so fun to be a part of. And happy birthday, congratulations. And I think there's a few other people that want to say hi too.
Hey Kenny, it's Brian here. Just wanted to first congratulate you on 10 years with Helicopter Online Ground School, and also wanted to wish you a very happy birthday for yourself. It's been one heck of a ride since I met you back in 2013, and here we are in 2022. I'm working for you. We're making progress, and it's all because of what you've done with Helicopter Online Ground School. You're a champ. You're a rock star. Everybody knows it. Keep doing what you're doing, and happy birthday, buddy. We'll talk to you later.
KK, quick little shout out. Happy birthday. Congratulations on 10 years of HOGS. You've come a long way since I first met you. Definitely deserve everything that's come your way. Again, happy birthday. Can't wait to celebrate with you. Be safe.
Hey Kenny, hello from Heli Expo 2022 in Dallas, Texas. I actually wanted to make this video Friday night when I dropped the helicopter off, but I got busy pulling the helicopter in and putting it away and all that stuff, and a little bit concerned about what was going to jump out of the dark next and scare the shit out of me. So I ended up not making it. I want to do it from Heli Expo today, but there's just too much going on at the show, too much noise. So you get the crappy video from the hotel room. I didn't want to put it off any further, otherwise Heather was going to get mad at me, and you know, it's not something I want. Just want to say thank you for everything you've done for me and for Venture Helicopters over the past 6-8 months or so. It's certainly been an adventure. I have a feeling that the adventure is just beginning, and there's a lot of amazing stuff in store for both our companies over the next few months. So I'm very much looking forward to that. So again, thank you for that. And more importantly, happy birthday, and I hope you have a great day. Happy birthday.
Hey Kenny, just wanted to give you congratulations and wish you happy birthday for surviving another trip around our nearest star. It's a big deal. And big congratulations on the 10-year anniversary of HOGS. Decade's a long time, man. And you've come a long ways. I think you've earned every last little bit of it. And I see a lot of great things going forward in the future. So super excited to be able to come up there and join you and be a part of that. But happy birthday. It's your special day. Go and knock your socks off, man. Have a good one.
Happy birthday, Kenny. It's me, Jenny from SoCal. Look at you now. Wow. It blows my mind to see how far you've come. Wow. I can still remember you on the beach with your flip phone, filming the helicopter threes, and so humbly asking, will you take a chance on me? And I did. I believed in you, and I'm just so proud of you, so proud of your accomplishments, and you deserve every success that comes your way. You've earned it, and you deserve it. Happy birthday, my friend. I'm still working on it. Haven't given up, and if there's one thing you've taught me is don't give up. I will see you again. Happy birthday. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. Good for you. Boom.
Hey Kenny, wanted to wish you a happy birthday and congratulations on your 10-year anniversary with HOGS. Wish you were here at Heli Expo with us. Having a good time, but I know you got a lot of stuff going on with HOGS. And I just wanted to wish you a happy birthday and happy anniversary. We'll talk to you soon.
Kenny, happy birthday, buddy. Over the years, you have given the gifts of education and encouragement and support to so many people in this industry. But today, it's all about you. So I hope you're feeling the birthday love from people everywhere, and cheers to you and another excellent year ahead. Happy birthday.
Hey Kenny, how's it going? So you are a big reason why I only have to work half the year and get to fly a pretty nice helicopter. So keep up the good works. Congratulations on 10 years of HOGS. Hopefully there's a lot more to come, and happy birthday.
Hey, good morning, Kenny. Congratulations, my friend, on 10 solid years of making a difference in the helicopter community. Your passion and drive towards success for pilots and for those that are learning from you make a big difference every day. Love to see you come out here and join us in California at some time, but understand your hard work is definitely something that will pay off. But in the meantime, once you get a good look at the backyard, you could be here in the near future. We'll see you, buddy. Congratulations again.
Hey, Dad. Heather's been putting this together for a while now, and I keep forgetting to send her the video, so here I am in Chili's with Megan. Hi. Making this video. Congrats on 10 years. It's been a long 10 years. Yeah, thank you for absolutely everything you've done for me growing up. Megan slapped me, Abby. I love you so much. Thank you for always being patient with me and never giving up on me, no matter how much we argue. I appreciate it. I appreciate everything. And I'm sorry that I don't tell you enough. But I love you so much. Thank you for absolutely everything. I know how hard you work, and it means a lot, and I do see it. I do notice it. I do feel grateful for it. So, yeah. Happy 10 years. Love you.